What's up? What's up? It's your girl Michelle with the Raindrop Combos and
Stacy, what's going on, guys? And tonight we have our favorite entertainment reporter.
It is my. You guys are my faves. Stop.
Aw,
Nah,
thank
guys, it's
you.
me. Hey.
Hey, and let's go ahead today and congratulate Miss Missy for finishing or completing her first ever podcast, her solo debut, which hasn't really debuted just yet, but you did it. And so now you're, working on getting that published and out there, and we can't wait to see it. I'm so very proud of you.
yes,
I'm
indeed,
excited. I
girl.
can't wait for you guys to see the little mystery guest.
I know.
Oh,
I can't
man,
wait to see that.
The suspense
Yes.
is killing me.
So what are we talking about tonight, Miss Zaza?
Ciao. So we're gonna be talking about Beyonce and Jay-Z and this little Tiffany ad that they got going on.
Okay.
And then unfortunately we're gonna talk about Jesse Jackson and his wife and how they got COVID.
Aww. Yeah.
And then we're gonna talk about a sad story in my neck of the woods in New York that involved a 42-year-old man. No, actually a 29-year-old man and a 42-year-old sex worker. So just that.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right, guys. So we are
It's
going to get it.
gonna be kind of deep tonight. All right.
Yeah, it is. Coupled with the storm that we have here in Atlanta. I don't know what the weather's like in New York, but we got a big storm here in Atlanta that we are going to kind of make our way through or try to navigate through tonight. Hopefully the broadcast doesn't go out with the flickering of the lights and electricity, but let's go ahead and get to the conversation.
All right.
And we're back.
We are.
So, Zaire, where are we going first tonight?
All right, so I'm a little biased because Beyonce is my favorite, but they like kind of broke the internet today with their whole little Tiffany ad. So Beyonce had on 200 carats worth of like diamonds, okay? 200 like literally carats. Like I can't even afford the regular 14K. So I don't even know, But it got a lot of headlines because she wore a 128.54 Tiffany diamond, and it was only worn by 3 other people, and like Audrey Hepburn had to be like literally like one of them. So it's like, ciao.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that in how old is Tiffany? We know at least 100 years. And in 100 years, no Black woman has been deemed worthy to wear that.
Wow.
I mean, shout out to Beyonce though. Like a coin is a coin is a coin, okay?
Well, yes and no. Okay, but go ahead.
Yes and no. But the fancy yellow diamond that everybody was talking about is literally like worth 100 carats, you guys. Like 100 carats. She is wearing my student loan debt on her neck.
Crazy. Here you go.
Right.
And let's not forget to mention, because listen, I was so excited to see my favorite artist, and anybody who really knows me and knows my love for art knows that Jean-Michel Basquiat is my favorite artist. I mean, when you see some of the, broadcasts that we've had, his painting is actually behind me usually. Well, a replica. But this particular one is an original, and it came from a private collection. So, that also was part of the hype too. Not just the Tiffany diamond, but come on, Basquiat.
Child, their whole thing, their whole little campaign and everything. So it's ushering a partnership with Sean and look at me, Sean. Like I know
Sean, like you know him, right?
Yeah,
you from Brooklyn? Right? You from the BK now?
Look, I'm speaking into existence. So Sean and
there you go.
Beyonce, they're partnering with Tiffany now. So That's nice, but it's also nice because with them partnering with Tiffany has also decided to donate $2 million to HBCUs. So yay!
Nice.
I mean,
Okay.
that's amazing. But let's look, I mean, because while this is an amazing thing for Beyonce, and I'm a B fan now, one always. But going to that concert, and we talked a bit about this on previous podcasts, on at least a previous podcast, going to that concert made me a fan. She and Jay-Z did an amazing job. So yes, I am a big Beyonce fan now. But a lot of people, this is stirring up some controversy because a lot of people are coming after her or coming after them saying, now, if it took over 100 years of this company, and we know that they're talking about where the diamonds come from, all diamonds come from, they call them blood diamonds.
Right.
So everyone is causing controversy because people are saying, so this company that has not respected or acknowledged Black women in all its time in existence, now this is the company that you guys are going to partnership with and promote. Why isn't it a Black designer that you are promoting? And I know you have your views on that. This is not what I'm saying. This is what the streets are talking about, the internet streets. So what's your take on that? Or what are you ladies' takes on that?
Michelle, you want to go first?
I mean, yeah, I'll keep it kind of short and sweet because I think this issue really has kind of been around for a while when it comes to, like you said, the blood diamonds, the movies about it, and just the fact that it's never really been, it's a lot of people that died in those mines. And so it's still a very charged topic. And so, not being in that part of the world, we don't know how sensitive people are to it, but I know it seems like we're all about, oh, go do it, girl, rock it. And so I think we all need to have some type of conviction behind, some of the things that we do, just because it's cool and everybody's going to love to see you blinged out. It's something deeper, to it. So that's just my opinion.
It is. I mean, and I read this book. This goes back a year or so, and it talked about modern day slavery, and it went into how this is not a thing of the past. Like these people are still being enslaved to, go out into these mines and do these dangerous jobs, or I'm saying jobs, perform these dangerous tasks with mining, all of the different things, even things that not just diamonds, but your cell phones, your laptops, all the different minerals or, whatever that go into making these things. People over there are being enslaved. And a lot of it also is indentured servitude that people are being tricked into, also that we can enjoy the luxuries that we enjoy. So we all hold some responsibility when it comes to that. I don't think that is fair to necessarily just, try to convict Beyonce and Jay-Z for this. And listen, I heard you say $2 million. $2 million ain't a lot of money. I mean, let's keep it real. For a company like Tiffany's, $2 million is not a lot of money. And that's just it is. I mean, it's something, and I'm appreciative of that, but it's just not a lot of money.
Right.
Here's the thing with me and celebrities when it comes to HBCUs. There's more than 3. Like there are other schools more than Morehouse and Spelman and Howard. There are other HBCUs.
You got smaller ones. Payne College here, in Augusta. Like you got smaller HBCUs. Yes.
Like there are so many others. So that $2 million, I mean, it's a lot to be spread through ways. I'm just saying, it's a lot.
And it's a lot for a company as large and as prestigious as Tiffany's.
Awesome.
I mean, so and now I saw it on Instagram tonight, or I saw it tonight. But Miss Tina came back out now. Miss Tina don't play by her baby. Miss Tina said, get off my baby, because most of y'all got diamond rings on your fingers, and you want to come in my baby about what she's representing and talking about blood diamonds and all of this. Well, when you get engaged, what do you get? You're not getting a ring full of coal. So the fact that you are accepting and you're wearing diamonds too, but then you're going to go and talk about her or degrade her, belittle her, whatever about her choices. And yes, her choice is resulting in some financial gain for HBCUs, not a lot, but still a financial gain. So you getting engaged and wearing your diamond ring is not benefiting anyone. So do we really have, a space to talk? All of us? Some of us?
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say what I said to you on the phone earlier,
Don't.
but that is my stance on this whole story, and
Don't.
just leave it at that. But
No, I get it. I mean, and we talked about Jay-Z and how Jay-Z, I think Jay-Z is for the community. I listen, one of my favorite songs is OJ. I told you that earlier, the story of OJ and how he says, I'm trying to give you, $1 million worth of game for $9.99. Buy some art. Art appreciates. Focus on appreciating, things that appreciate. Focus on buying the hood that your mama ran, as he says. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, not destroying it. So they're doing some positive things out in the community. So I mean, it is what it is.
also very valid. Well, congrats to them. But moving
Yes.
right along, you guys,
Mm.
Jesse Jackson and his wife Jacqueline, they actually contracted COVID. So, but it's not weird because he's vaccinated and she's not. That
That's
actually
the
doesn't
part
surprise
that
me.
is splitting these internet streets
Yeah,
with
but
their
see,
sympathy and empathy. Right.
yeah, but see, here's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure when vaccines first came out, like, it wasn't protecting you all along. Like, I know people that gotten the flu shot when the flu shot was like even being like this was the norm, like everyone till you get your flu shot, and they still got the flu. So I don't understand why
Well,
people are
Michelle,
saying COVID. Like, I get it, but like the flu shot is basically kind of like the COVID. I think they should call it literally like the COVID shot. It's literally just getting your body used to that type of virus so it can build up some type of antibodies to fight it off. Like, it's not going to be able to protect you because we don't even know the
which
numbers of
strain?
COVID. Right. We don't even
Michelle
know
brought that up
exactly.
earlier. Which strain, so what strain is it for? And are you going to have to continue when a different strain comes? Are you going to have to continue to get booster shots for that strain? Like, how does that work?
I mean, but here's the thing now. So Jesse Jackson and his wife, hopefully they'll be okay because Jesse Jackson is 77 and his wife is, I believe, 79.
No,
Um,
he flipped that. He's
really?
79 and she's 77.
There we go. They're in their 70s.
Yes.
Okay. And I don't know. I hope that they're doing okay, and I hope that they beat COVID-19. I'm I would hope or suggest that his symptoms are probably a little less severe than hers because he did get the vaccine. So I don't know,
Well, but
but
he also has Parkinson's. He
he
also has
does.
a lot of other comorbidities. Wait a minute. Let me, because I want Gina, my little baby cousin, well, not baby, my big cousin, who is an RN. Like, I want to say this right. Comorbidities. One of those. She's going to kill me for not getting it, but yes, they both have them. They both have things that,
Right.
underlying conditions that could affect, how they are impacted or how their health is impacted by COVID.
Hopefully they pulled through. But speaking
But
of
I mean,
COVID,
everybody is mad though because she wasn't vaccinated, and he's, upper echelon Democratic Party, out there being one of the influencers telling people to get vaccinated. But then the person that you sleep with every night is not vaccinated.
yeah,
That
because
wasn't a
the
joint
person
decision.
no, because the person that he sleeps with like unbelievably has a brain. Like, I don't think people understand that. Just because Jesse Jackson is who he is, he could get the shot. Now that strong, beautiful black woman on the right, she don't gotta do nothing that Jesse. If she doesn't believe in getting the shot, she doesn't have to get the shot.
And we
Just
don't know whether it's that she didn't believe it, or again, her underlying conditions may have made her hesitate to get it.
right.
And I understand that if you have, a compromised immune system, yeah, you may hesitate. And that you have to allow people to make decisions for themselves. But we also need to make sure that we're putting out the information for those people so that they can have everything and all of the information in order to make a decision, for the whatever is best for themselves. We have to
Right.
make sure we're doing that.
I mean, but see, piggybacking off of that, we don't know, which is also kind of crazy because now the Pentagon is like mandating like military service members to like get the COVID vaccine
Yeah.
because Pfizer is like under FDA review. So it's like,
I heard that.
I mean, I got Pfizer. It's been a long take. It's been a long time coming. You know what I mean? It's been a long time coming. I was one of the lucky ones to get Pfizer, but I don't know.
Are you saying that the people that got the other ones are unlucky? What are you saying? Because I didn't get Pfizer. I got Moderna, and in my research, that was the less problematic. But okay. As I told you, listen, I got the second shot. I went through, I had to deal with, now the first shot, I didn't get sick. My arm hurt, for at least 3 days, maybe even 4. However, I didn't get any of the other side effects. But when I took that second shot, I was fine until the second day. And then I felt like I had the flu, and it was horrible.
Yep.
So, I was, we were joking like, we went through our transformation, whatever that is, I guess. But I got the chills and all of that, so I don't know what I am now. I hope I'm still human.
Thriller night.
But I mean, if I'm not, I'm in some great company at this point. It is what it is.
I'm gonna be right along with you, honey.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm in some great company, and it is what it is. And like you said earlier, if it's my time to go, it's my time to go.
Hello?
I ain't trying to rush it. However, let's talk about this, the Pentagon ordering all service members to get vaccinated. I just think that there's something inherently wrong with preventing people from making a living based on whether or not they choose to get vaccinated, because we've had anti-vaxxers throughout history. That this is nothing new for, religious purposes, like whatever it is. There have always been people in our society that have been against vaccinations. So why is it this particular vaccination? I say why. Come on, people, because I know y'all gonna be like, because you could die from it. I get it. I get that. So knowing that I get that, I still say, why are we allowing people to be fired from their jobs? Delta, just said that they are going to add a surcharge onto their employees, unvaccinated employees. So they will be paying an additional $200 a month, either for their premium or I think it's for their premium, because they're unvaccinated. I mean, I get it, but I think we're going a little bit too far. And I'm sorry, for those who are like, I believe in mandatory vaccinations. Got it. But what if you were on the other side and you hadn't made the decision of whether or not to get vaccinated? And then all of these things are being taken away from you because you are not making the choice that everybody wants you to make. I mean, it's a catch-22. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I just feel like there are a lot of people that when they have children, they also make the choice to not vaccinate their kids from like simple things, like, well, simple, but like,
measles,
right? Measles, stuff that doesn't even exist anymore, bumps, like, you know what I mean? Like, because they think that it's linked to autism. Like, is it though?
Do we know? We don't. I mean, I didn't, when my kids were little, Michelle, you can, tell us how you handled it. But I don't know what age it is, but at some age, it was like 10 shots that they're supposed to get.
Right.
And I was like, my kids ain't getting all them shots at one time. And luckily, we had a doctor or a pediatrician, or still have a pediatrician, that understood, that had kids of her own, and was like, you know what, Stacey, I get it. And I never forced that. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you it's safe, it's okay. No, You get to decide how you want to vaccinate your kids. If you want to split it up over the next, however you want to do it, that you think is going to protect your kids, that's your decision.
Right.
And I mean, I agree definitely because it was a scary thought for me to think about, 3 kids and all those shots. But just kind of back to the whole, thing, there are a lot of parents that are concerned that their kids' autism has links to the mercury, that was being used in those vaccination shots for kids and babies and all that. So the thing is, can you blame people for having mistrust about, certain things? I mean, and so it's like this type of pressure with Delta. I mean, I hear a lot of companies, and I don't know if it's going to be more or less, or if this thing is going to turn into some huge
Well,
Supreme
the federal
Court,
government is doing it. I'm thinking that kind of opens the door for everybody to do
floodgate
it.
for everybody. But like I say, at the end of the day, it's tough to have your back against the wall and to have to, be forced to do something that you really don't want to do. But like I said, man, do you have to wonder or ask why people are a bit mistrusting, when it comes
and
to
why
certain
people are
things?
saying this is like Revelations. It's the mark of the beast. I've heard that too.
I've heard that too.
I'm
And some
not
of it,
saying it.
yeah,
I'm just
some
saying
of
there's
it's
a
been,
lot of conspiracy theorists out there that are coming up with all kind of things. And it's always been conspiracy theorists. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, some people are just taking it a little too far as like with family and friends being angry because of their choice. It's weird. It's like, people really will get mad with you if you tell them, oh, I'm not taking the shot, or those on the other side will get angry if you tell them you did. And now it's all this you, and
you
it's just,
finger.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird. It's just weird what this has done to us really as a society, because I mean, and it happened fast, so. I don't know. That's my thoughts.
I mean, it did. And it's a tough situation for everyone right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You want everyone to feel protected. Here's the problem I have though. And I think we touched upon it last time. Buying vaccinated cards, $15,000 or $1,500 to buy a card that says you're vaccinated with a free shot. Make it make sense.
I mean, somebody already, this girl that I know on Instagram that I follow, I don't really know her, but she was literally saying, she was like, hit me up, I got $50 vaccine cards. Like, girl.
Wait a minute. So did she know that's illegal?
Do you think she cares? $50 is $50.
But you're on Instagram. So I mean you're out there. So the FBI come knocking at your door, not saying that they will, but if they do, what you gonna say? Because it's right there on Instagram and you putting it out there for like you can't even sell food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, for real. So imagine somebody going on Instagram like, I got them food stamps, 100 for 50. No.
Wait, you can't sell food stamps no more?
Girl, you can never sell food stamps.
People will sell the food stamps now.
Yes, they do. But yes, I mean, I haven't seen it in a while. However, it's against the law. You're not supposed to do that. So what makes us think that it's okay? Anyone think that it's okay to go on Instagram to sell fake COVID cards? Number one, if you do that, like I think you said something to the effect a couple of weeks ago, Zaire, that you're putting other people's lives at risk now. And if you don't want to get vaccinated and you're taking precautions, you stay home. I've already said that. I've said that before. But if you are if you're going somewhere where they say you vaccinate people only, which I don't agree with, but if you're doing that and you're presenting a fake card, you're putting everybody at risk, including yourself. Yep. Because technically, if everyone there has a vaccine and you don't, you kind of are at the most risk for, real problems. I don't understand why, if you would go that far as to spend money on a card, why not just get the vaccination?
The shot that's free.
I mean, I'm just saying.
It doesn't make sense. But it's funny that you
said
that.
I would pay for a fake card.
I was on the neighborhood talk today. Shout out to Kyle. And there was this post and this girl was like, like school's back, and my friend just wrote me how their professor, who is like, it's a part of your capstone, you need it to graduate from college. He told this girl, he was like, put your mask on. And she was like, no, I can't breathe with the mask. And the teacher was like, I'm literally almost 100 years old. Like,
yes,
I'm at risk. And if you do not put your mask on, I'm leaving and I'm resigning. You know he resigned, right?
he did. I saw that story. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I love, shout out to, like you said, Kyle, I love Neighborhood Talk and the Shade Room. So I see them every day. Yeah. So, I mean, but do you blame him? Like, do you really blame him for that? He's putting, that's his own life. And you have every right to put your life, take your life into your own hands and make the decision that's best for your life.
Yep.
Whether someone else, agrees, disagrees, wants to, fall in line with protocol, whatever. Okay, if you don't want to do it, I'm out. We can do this virtually. I mean, technically, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and talking about that, I just kind of feel like they're throwing our kids out there to the wolves. If the hospitalizations are surging and the COVID cases are surging and it's mutating, this disease or virus keeps mutating, was it smart to send our kids back to school because parents were tired and wanted a break?
It's not even that. I've been to college and I know that one thing about these, especially freshmen, they always feel like they got something to prove because nobody there is from their hometown. So it's like, this is like your newfound like chance to get your new identity.
Right.
If they feel like everybody else is not wearing a mask, they're not going to wear a mask. Or they're going to be the ringleader of trying to be like, I'm not wearing a mask. And then you bring it home. Like you bring it home.
But that's not just college though, because I mean, my 15-year-old was saying, 14 going on 15, but she was saying it's, kids are not really, like, they wear their masks, but a lot of them are wearing them improperly. They're wearing them below their nose. And she said it's one, guy in class that the teacher has to tell every single day, 5-6 times during class, pull your mask up. And he's, as soon as the teacher turns around, pulling it back down. Number one, get your daggone kids' parents. I mean, your kids shouldn't be that daggone defiant. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
to authority. Right. Like, if you don't want to wear your mask, keep your butt at home. Keep your kids at home. Don't you come to the school, and this is mandatory at school, and you're putting my child at risk. Now I got a problem with you. I got a problem with your parents.
Or y'all better get him the mask that got the little vents on the side. So now it's no excuse why your mask.
But he's just being silly. It's not for a reason. It's not like he's saying he can't breathe. He's just being defiant.
Right.
And you have kids that are like that.
Absolutely.
So is it fair?
Like, if your parents don't make you do it in certain circumstances, and if your parents don't do it at all, I don't know. I honestly, the thing with COVID is it's very scary. And the thing is, I don't think that this country, the one that's trillions of dollars in debt, can actually afford for us to go back on another lockdown. So they rather put our lives at risk. So
that's crazy.
Right.
Okay, moving right along. Moving right along. What is our next story of the night?
Who's taking this one?
Yes, I'm actually.
Shout out NYC. This ain't Atlanta, so we're gonna let you have it.
Right, all of it.
Yes, but shout out to my home state.
No, but literally. But I'm actually kind of excited. Not excited to be reporting the story, but I'm actually excited that this is the last segment because I have a lot to say. But
please, because this picture on the screen is scaring me.
Yes. So Akilo Parker, who is the guy on the left, he's 29, actually turned himself in because he says that he was responsible for Nicole Flanagan, 42, being found in a barrel in Jersey. So they found a 55-foot barrel of remains, and it actually was identified as Nicole. But the thing is, he's being charged as an accomplice. He
had help with this.
That's what I don't understand. It wasn't actually specific, but they don't know yet. They don't know if he's going to get charged with murder. But right now it's saying that he's an accomplice. Like, he just put the body in the bedroom, rolled it, and left it. Like, but I guess the weight of that, and she's a mother of 3, you guys. So I just wanna put it out there. She's a mother of 3.
God rest her soul.
Yes, honestly.
God rest her soul. That's and God press for those babies. Oh.
That is actually sad. There's I'm buffering today. There's surveillance video, but it hasn't been released yet. So that'll.
And they're not releasing how she died either. Is that? Do you remember reading that? Because they haven't released how she died. What was the actual cause of the death? So they're not saying it's asphyxiation or stabbing, or so that means that they're still looking for. Usually, they're still looking, at evidence or investigating to get who is the perpetrator when they don't release information like that. Learn that on Law and Order. So, I mean, I'm just saying, I got my law from there, a lot of it. But that's what, they're saying. But how did they even, or does the story even talk about how they even hooked up? I mean, I know that they're saying she's an escort, but was that the reason why they were even talking to each other or, communicating?
They just met up. Like, literally, it doesn't say, but they said that one night, she got in a cab to meet him, got off the cab. They were downtown, and then, next thing they know, they seen him leaving, and there was no her. So, this is very unfortunate, and I say this because I feel like a lot of people think that just because men and women, because both could be sex workers as well, that just because they're sex workers, that their life isn't valuable.
Right.
They probably thought that just because they chopped this woman up because she was probably, I don't know, escorting, whatever she was doing,
trying to take care of her kids. Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, she has 3 kids, and I'm pretty sure she was doing what she needed to do to provide for them. Like, school is coming up, you know what I mean? Well, school is here for some people here, but like, now these 3 kids have to grow up without their mother because you decided to be careless, and
obviously they don't have father. I mean, I don't want to say obviously, but for me it's a little bit obvious. If you feel like you have to go, do sex work or escort to take care of your kids, there can't be a father, because there's just no way that a father is in the lives and providing for the children, and the mom feels like she has to do that type of work. I don't know. I mean, and it's not coming from a judgmental place. It's just, I just don't think that the father of your child would allow you to go out and do something like that if there's anything that they can do to prevent that or to make sure, provide that so that you don't have to do that.
I'm not going to agree nor disagree, because
that's fine.
These men are trifling out here, so I don't know. But what I will say is that sex workers are workers, and sex work is not demeaning when it comes to compared to any other work. A job is a job, a coin is a coin, and a dollar is a dollar. And I say that because if this woman was working at McDonald's and you got her number when you was in her cash register line, this would have ended completely differently.
I mean, I'm going to choose to not agree or disagree with that particular statement. I mean, again, from a total non-judgmental place. But, I definitely wish that women who not choose this line of work, but women who feel like they don't have any other choice, I definitely feel like they had more opportunities presented to them and available for them so that they didn't have to, because it's a very dangerous job. I mean, you can say that it's a job, is a job, is a job. And yes, I can go to a job at McDonald's and worry about somebody coming in to rob the place every day. I mean, yeah, I could worry about that. However, most of them aren't necessarily worried about that. But in this particular line of work, it's dangerous from the moment you get up and see your first client or however it goes. Never been a sex worker, so I don't know. But if you wake up and you know that you're going to be meeting, people that you don't know where they with their headspace is, you don't know where they come from. You're just trying to, get your money. That's dangerous because you don't know what you're going to run into. And you have to be concerned every time you go on a job. Am I going to make it back?
Right.
It's dangerous. And no, I don't want any woman to be out there or man, for that to feel like that's their only option in order to survive. No, I don't want anybody to feel like that. And I feel like that's all we need to be really working on, making sure that we are out there providing, people are their jobs being created, their skills, that people can be being taught. It's a lot that we can be doing to prevent people from feeling like they're forced to go this direction.
Absolutely. But I hope her children find some type of healing. I hope that her family finds some type of healing. And honestly, I hope that justice is served. Because if you didn't do it, child, it's going to be an episode of First 48. He's telling on you. He looked like he's snitching. So whoever.
I mean, those are some crazy eyes we're looking at.
I don't know. I feel like
those are some crazy eyes.
And whoever his partner is, I hope you way across town or country lines because he's telling on you.
I don't. I hope they find him. I hope they find him. I hope he's at home or she, whoever is at home waiting for the police to come beat their door down and drag them out. Now, see, the police don't shoot people like that need to be shot. I didn't say that, did I? I didn't mean to say that. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. That's what everybody thinking. What I'm saying, though, is that it just rarely happens that, people that do things like this, they're usually taken into custody, without incident. I mean, I'm just saying, sorry. I don't think anybody deserves to be killed until proven guilty.
I don't think anybody deserves to be killed in general.
Well, not until I said until proven guilty. I'm sorry. Because I don't believe in the death penalty. So clearly, I don't think anyone should be killed. But yeah, okay. This is just unnecessary. And what is it because of what the world is going through? Like, why people have always killed people? I get that. It's always been murders. It's always been crime. But it just seems like it's gotten so brutal. It's gotten, I don't even know the word. Like, what's the word? It's just out of control. People are not controlling their emotions anymore. People are not controlling these diabolical urges or, whatever you can attribute it to. Nobody has any self-control anymore. What the heck did she do to make you want to kill her?
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know, but we don't know. Story developing. We don't know, which is like, I just feel bad for her kids. Like, that's horrible. And like, for what? Like, what was the reason? Because I'm pretty sure I don't know. I'm pretty sure
there's a problem with how women are being treated, though. I mean, look at your governor. You know what I mean? Like, look what's going on with a lot of men and just feeling like they can just do whatever they want to do to women, and women are objects for them to control. And, I can touch you when I want to. I could tell you what to do when I...
You know who I want to bring up, but I'm not going to bring him up because I'm not going to even say that man's name, but you know exactly who I'm talking about.
I mean, since you don't want to say his name, what I will do is say I'm very excited that, Aaliyah's music is being released. because we don't want to talk about the man whose name we shall not say. But I am very excited that her music, after 20 years, that her uncle is releasing her music on is it one streaming platform or all streaming platforms? That part I don't know. And we don't know why it's taking so long. We don't know why it's taking 20 years, but it has. And it's finally, Aaliyah's music is finally being released. And I'm excited about that. It's very unfortunate that it's riddled in the controversy of the man who we shall, and I ain't even calling him no man, that dude whose name we shall not say. It's unfortunate that it's, kind of, again, saturated or, within his controversy and his trial and all the things that we've been knowing this dude was doing for the past 20 years. And so now he's, he's facing his comeuppance, and it's on the heel. Well, the releasing of her music is on the heels of this. And I hate that. Because she should be celebrated without all of this.
She should be celebrated, and I think that the true fans will continue to keep Aaliyah's name in a positive light.
I hope so.
Despite the illiterate individual, and it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that her family does a good job of that, of not participating in anything that's swirling around, because at the end of the day, she was a sweet soul, you know what I mean?
She was so sweet, and she was I think she was a Capricorn. I love Capricorns. So I believe she was a Capricorn, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, she was taken away from us way too soon. Mm-hmm. Michelle and I were talking about, we knew exactly where we were when we heard the news. We actually went together 20 something years ago to Greenbrier Mall, another shout out ATL, real ATL. We went to Greenbrier Mall, they had a big thing celebrating her life, but just honoring her. And so we went down there for that. We were there, and she just has so much love. Everybody loved Aaliyah. She was just a sweetheart. And so it's just, I hate that she even in her short life got caught up with this monster, and also with people in the industry who turned a blind eye to what was going on, as we've done for these two girls who are just coming out of being kidnapped by dude. I say kidnapped, but I mean kidnapped, and their parents gave them over to him. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, I mean, well, one of them is testifying against them. So.
Both of them are.
Both of them?
Yeah, they got the other one too. Yeah, she actually is, I don't know what the correct term is. Maybe I watched too many, crime movies, like black crime movies, because I'm like, she turned to state's evidence, I'm pretty sure that's not the right terminology for what happened. But yes, she is now testifying for the state against him.
I'm happy because I was a little concerned for Joycelyn. Like, Joycelyn, this illiterate monkey he don't care about you, girl. Okay?
Yeah.
The only thing he care about is himself and trying to see how he gonna get a deal like William Cosby, and it's not gonna happen for you, sir. You are done.
Not just say William Cosby.
Yes, William.
Mr. Bill Cosby.
That illiterate individual, he's going under the jail, honey. They was pushing the evidence like it was a 50% off at Costco. Did you see the card?
When you say pushing the evidence, what do you mean?
They was wheeling in. It was so much evidence. They was wheeling it in. Yes.
Like in a wheelbarrow?
No, well, like
I know. I'm just playing.
Yeah, like in a car. But like all these people come out against you. We knew from Surviving R. Kelly when your music teacher, the sweet little soul, she was so sweet. She was like, I told to stop going to the McDonald's. Everybody know you go to the McDonald's to pick up these little girls. And we sat there and we watched.
Yeah, I heard the high school and the middle schools too.
Yeah.
Like, he was well known for hanging around the campus at the middle schools and the high schools picking up little girls. I just think that is so sick. Like, who didn't notice that? Who didn't say something?
But we all knew it, because at the end of the day, when you think about stuff that happens like that, this is a different type of time. And unfortunately to say, Black women at that time, their lives were not valuable. So it's like nobody cared that these white girls was, I mean, these Black women's or girls, honestly, that these Black girls was going with this Black man. Girl, she about to be a rapper, or she gonna have a first time story. Girl, you're not gonna believe who I. They was not caring.
I don't think that is. I don't think it's a race thing.
No,
And I say that it's not a race thing. It's not Black women, and they don't care. It's women in general, because you find that the same ignorance or oblivion was seen in the Epstein case. You see the same thing. All those hundreds, if not thousands, I don't know how many it was, but all these hundreds of young white girls that were getting money, going to his house. They were being recruited by other girls that had gone, girl, if you go here, you don't have to do nothing but take off your clothes and lay there and whatever it was, and you get $200-$300. And so you were able to do this repeatedly, but over and over again. And you got this long string of young girls in the high school, middle school, whatever. And nobody knows. Nobody's questioning where these little girls getting this money from.
Nobody's questioning it. And then also, it's just like, I feel like the Epstein case is a little different because, well, I don't know. I feel like we just found out about Jeffrey Epstein.
But he had been doing it for years. So all the people that he was supplying, all those men and women that he was supplying these little girls to,
famous people, don't forget,
they all knew.
They was famous politicians, all that.
But the neighbors had complained. I mean, I watched the documentary. The neighbors had complained, and to no avail. So that means that the police department and wherever he lived, they also turned a blind. There were a lot of people that turned blind eyes. So when I say that to say that it's not just a Black girl thing. Like, it's women. We're seeing that women are devalued in our society.
Absolutely.
Period.
Absolutely. Like, the Black community had a video circulating of this man urinating on a young girl. You think did we even call?
I'm so glad my eyes never saw that. That's too much. Yeah.
Did we call anybody? No. They was selling. We was making profit off of the video. Profit.
I mean, but it's something that, again, I've said it before. I'm a survivor, and my aggressor he never faced any jail time, and I'm not the first person. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we got this embedded in our families, and these people are getting away with it. What does that tell you about your worth? As a young girl, someone victimizes you, and it's literally swept under the rug. The person who victimized you, even though you told, they still coming to the cookout, they still coming to the family reunion, and ain't nobody saying that. Imagine a little girl seeing that and feeling that, and it's like, nobody has my back, nobody cares. Like, it's just,
but that's also deeply rooted in a lot of stuff. We're gonna have to cut this short, but it's very deeply rooted in a lot of just women. I don't know, Black women, especially mothers, say weird stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure growing up, you've heard, don't wear that if there's going to be a man in the house. Why? It's my house. You should be talking about the man and not me. Why do I need to change anything that I'm wearing in my house?
Well, but that's a Black mama thing. And my mama told me the same thing, but it wasn't if a man is in the house. It's just, you present yourself in a way that, you make sure you're presentable. You keep it classy. Like, if a man is in your house, because I grew up with a single mom, so a single mom can walk around however I want to. But if a man was there, I'm not going to walk out my room in, tight little Daisy Dukes and, a midriff. You just don't do that. It's a way that you present yourself. And so I think that that's where Black moms were coming from. Yes. Do they understand that it's really grimy ass men? Grimy men out here who will do anything, and who are predators? Yes, absolutely. But I don't think that they were saying it because of that. You shouldn't go anywhere half dressed or whatever, not after a certain age, especially. But I think it was more of a, just, I don't know. You just don't want to portray yourself in that light. But my mom used to always say, you don't sit up on men's laps. So, I don't care if it's your daddy, your uncle, whoever. You don't be sitting up all in no man's face all the time.
Absolutely.
I mean, so there were just certain things that I think our older generations were like, keep it classy. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with keep it classy.
Yes.
But I do see where you're coming from. I see why you're saying the onus shouldn't be on me. It should be like, you shouldn't even be thinking like that, dude.
That's also very valid. So it's
yes.
So I get both sides, but my thing is, you also should probably question who you're inviting to your house. Like,
yeah, if I got to worry about that, don't come. I don't even associate with you. If I got to worry about that, best believe we have no association. We have nothing in common on a regular day. If I got to worry about you being a predator to any child, not just my kids, but any child. No, thank you. Because I'm advocating for you to be locked under the prison. That's what I'm doing. I've been advocating for that. I'm just saying.
Under the jail.
So I hope that, that dude gets everything coming to him. All the seeds that he's sown, I hope he reaps every last one of them for the lives that he has destroyed.
Yep.
Period. I hope he never sees the light of day.
Under the jail. And he might learn how to read in jail. So hopefully that's a plus.
Not the shade of him not knowing how to read. I'm just saying. All of that. How you a musical genius? And you doing all of this. All that time you was up there at them schools and looking for little girls, you should have been sitting there with a tutor.
I mean, but you don't need to learn how to read if everybody's doing everything for you. If you have multiple people booking the flights and multiple people sending the text messages and multiple people sending the emails and multiple people doing whatever, you don't need to learn how to do that.
Not true. I think that, Fantasia has been very honest about her inability to read when she first did American Idol and all that. Yes. And after she finished with that, she did go, back to school or whatever, and she learned how to read. So
no, I didn't mean it like that. I meant people being an accomplice to your nonsense.
That's all the people that sat there and watched what he was doing
and helped. Yeah,
yeah.
He couldn't book the flights. Who was booking the flights? Who's booking?
And you have to, when you book a flight, you have to give the person's birthday. You have to give the birthday. So that means you knew he was bringing in, you helping him fly in little girls, or, I don't care how minor, whether it be, 13 or whether it be 17 or 18, like they still minors to your grown tail. Everybody who was involved should have to face the consequences and face punishment. Everybody.
I hope so.
They should. They absolutely should. But anyway, it's been great. It's been great. I'm so excited. I think Michelle is rejoining us now.
I'm back. Yeah, I had to take care of a couple of things, but I was listening.
That's okay. That's okay. So again, thank you so much, Zaire. We are so proud of you. Do you want to shout out the name of your podcast, or do you want to wait until next time?
I'm definitely going to wait until next week.
Okay.
But I will shout out my Instagram. You guys should follow me on Instagram at ZAAA__T. For the T. So
for the T. Love it. And I am love_Stacy18 on Instagram. And if you want to follow me, go ahead and request that. If you a troll, you ain't getting through though. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. It's been great, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share We are growing. We are listening to our audience. We are, trying to give you guys just again positivity while we still talk about current events and what's going on and how those things that are going on in society are affecting the Black community. That's our purpose. Again, we come from love. We talk about kindness, all of those things. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going, and thank you for those who are listening. Again, shout out last week or Sunday to our guest, Mr. Glenn Thomas from Heartworks. If you missed that episode, please check us out on the website www.raindropscombos.com. I know I screwed that up a little bit, but it's on the screen. So Michelle, Rep Your City. Michelle, tell us about Rep Your City.
All right, man. Rep Your City is one of our sponsors for the podcast, man. They have really cool vintage Georgia t-shirts. Who knows? Maybe one day they will expand into other cities. But for now, we're kind of repping where, they're repping where we grew up and historical landmarks and things of that nature. So yes, please do show your support by shopping with them. Check it out at repyourcityga.com. Again, we'd love to have your support because when you support them, you're actually supporting us.
Yes.
So
don't forget that Cordial shirt, because it's a Cordial shirt out there. So we have seen other cities being repped. So if you're from Cordell, Georgia, you know about those historically Black institutions that are in Cordell, Georgia. Go cop that shirt from repyourcityga.com.
Yes, indeed.
Right here. What are you know what, Michelle, because I'll give you the closing floor. Michelle, what are your closing notes for tonight?
Let's take it all in, man. A lot was said tonight. And that's just what's going on at the moment. I mean, there's so many other stories that don't make the blogs, the headlines. So let's just think about that. Think about the people in our lives that are really being affected by this. Yes, Jesse Jackson has COVID, praying for him and his wife. But let's think about the people who aren't, possibly privy to some of the better treatments that are out there. I just think we just need to all, just be mindful, loving and caring. Like you say, these look like very crazy and tumultuous times where people just don't seem to care about anyone. So when you hear about senseless murders and things, it's just letting you know we're kind of in a time that is very strange. So we all need to still be aware of our surroundings, who we deal with and all that. So like I say, we'll just continue to bring you guys the information and hope you continue to tune in.
Like, comment, and share. Yes, Zaire, take us out tonight. What are your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts are vouch for your neighbor. Regardless if you know them or not, vouch for your neighbor. I feel like a lot of times we're like really like judgmental, or it's like literally like the neighbor effect. Like you would think somebody else would vouch for them, so you don't vouch for them, and then so on and so on. Vouch for your neighbor, because I'm pretty sure there was a lot of people that seen that woman go into that hotel or heard some things in the hallway, because I know it wasn't silent and I know somebody heard it. So vouch for your neighbor, and as far as those women at Epstein's and illiterate man's palace, vouch for your neighbor. And that is my closing statement.
And if you see something, say something. Stop being scared to get in and stuff, and you know that is wrong. Stop. Our kids need you. Our women need you to say something. Yes, there are some of our men that need you to say something. Stand up for something. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Amen.
Period. Those are my closing thoughts. Ladies, it's been wonderful. As usual, love seeing you ladies on Wednesdays. Michelle, you and I on Sundays. Again, we're going to keep this thing going, and we hope that you keep listening. We love you guys.
Peace.